Hey there, YouTubers! Professor Sheep here. Welcome to another physics video. Today is part 2 of my 3-part mini-series on Newton's laws of motion. Today, we're exploring Newton's second law of motion, which states F equals ma. Force equals mass times acceleration. Now, acceleration is delta v over delta t, change in velocity over change in time. Pretty straightforward. Mass is the mass of u. Now back to the acceleration. Acceleration, typically, when doing F equals ma, is usually 9.8. That's the force of gravity pushing you down. That's 9.8. Unless you're in a merry-go-round, which in that case, that's centrifugal acceleration, but that's a whole nother video for another day, I promise. Anyways, you take that times your mass, you get your force, or your newtons. Newtons is basically metric system's pounds, because pounds isn't mass. Anyways, how do we show you Newton's second law at work? How do we show this to you? Well, we're going to take this bottle, which we have drilled 4 holes in. One here, one here, one here, and one here. We're then going to fill it up with water and drop it. Now, as to what's going to happen, I want you guys to think. If you want, I would like you to though, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Newton's second law drop test. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. So, after looking at those results, were they what you expected? Did your comment below happen? Leave your comment on whether it happened or not. If you didn't leave a comment, welcome back. So, what happened? Well, before we even dropped it, interesting things began to happen. So, before we dropped it, we had 2 forces acting on it. We have Fg, which is the force of gravity pulling the whole system down. We have Fn. This is the force my hand is applying on the bottle, keeping it from being pulled completely down by Fg. Now because water increases with weight, because more water is on top of the other water, so the further down you go, the pressure increases. Now, what's generating this pressure is Fn, but I'll get into that in a minute. Now, the bottom hole, water was trickling out much further than the top hole, which might not even be trickling out at all because of surface tension. Anyways, so you see this gradual decreasing in pressure because you can see this gradual increase in pressure the further you go down because there's more weight of the water pushing down. Now, when you let go, the water stopped flowing. Why? Well, we took away Fn. So when the bottle's in free fall, you have Fg. So the force causing the water to flow was Fn, because water has to have something pushing against it to push it against something else so that it can flow. Normally, if I were to pour the water out on a table, gravity's pulling it down and the table's stopping the water so the water pours out. Well, if there's only one force, Fg, there's nothing to tell the water to flow. There's nothing for the water to push against. So it doesn't flow out the holes. the whole system just falls. Now, this all brings us back to one of my early videos, my gravity video, link in the description below. Make sure you check that out after the video. Now, in that video we did an elevator drop test. Basically what we did, we took a gallon Ziploc bag, filled it with water, put a rock in it, and we dropped it. The rock stayed at the bottom, based off what we could tell. And it should have, because of contact force. That rock, because of inertia, which we talked about in last week's video, which you should check out, link in the description below. The rock should stay at the bottom because of inertia. It started at the top. It started at the top of the drop. It was at the bottom of the bag. At the bottom of the drop, it was at the bottom of the bag. It should have. Now, picture yourself as a person in an elevator falling and accelerating downward at 9.8. If you so much as breathe, which is changing your mass, even the slightest, this will cause you to move, and you will float freely. But if you manage to not breathe, not even shift your weight at all, you won't move. You won't feel weightless until you lift off because of your contact force and inertia keeping you to the floor. I said I'd get back to you, and I did. So, now it's time for Newton's third law in next week's video. So, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and share. New videos every Friday, and good night. Seriously? You're gonna knock it over prematurely, and you can't even do it right. Oh, you're filming that. Probably should cut that out. But hey, if you like the physics video just watched, and you want to see more, check the link in the description below. And while you're there, hit subscribe. This is a mess. I don't know, I'll just finish it.